What's up, guys? NepentheZ here, and welcome back to another draft challenge. We are once again today attempting to hit the 130. Somebody in the comments from yesterday's video, and boy, have we got a discussion to have about the comments from yesterday's video, said that they got a 130 in the 4222 after I had suggested it because other people said that it was good. So we're going to take the 4222 today. Before we get into picking our captain, and before we get into the crux of the discussion for today, I hear you. At least I hear the civil versions of you in the chat. And I actually agree and kind of arrived at the conclusion before I even read today's comments and was going to get into today's video. But I agree with some of the comments from yesterday's video, which I'm not going to read out individually. As I say, I'm going to do my best to not read individual comments out from yesterday's video, because otherwise I'll just end up going off on a tangent and end up battling people that don't deserve my time, which I don't want to do, opposed to responding to people that do deserve my time. For example, those of you that suggested in the comments, rightfully so and nicely so, a good compromise actually of the 130 title, because that's obviously what all this is about, is the 130 title, is to upload the video as normal with just a normal title, you know, Draft Challenge 130, episode 130, because that's probably how long it's going to take us to get the draft done anyway. Oh, let's go. It might be now. It might be now. If we get it in this video, oh, the irony. The irony. Upload the video as normal, just title it as normal, and then after maybe 12 or 24 hours, change the title to catch the outside of the core audience viewership. I think that's a really good compromise, and especially these days, over the last year or so, YouTube and the way YouTube pushes content has changed, and historically, you know, a year or so ago and prior, changing a title, take Schmodix over Neymar, just so we can try and get 99 Neymar, changing a title in a video was like blasphemy. You would just kill the video, you would have no chance on that video, you wouldn't change a title. Now, it's actually quite common for YouTubers to consistently change titles until it like catches an audience, and consistently change thumbnails until it catches an audience. So I absolutely agree with a lot of you guys in the chat that, yeah, a really, really good compromise for you guys to not be spoiled, for those of you that don't want to be spoiled, to have like a sort of 12 to 24 hour period, see the video as normal with the title as normal. And for those of you that are just kind of here to see the big drafts and the best drafts, you'll get that anyway. So, there was that, and I think that works for everyone, doesn't it? I think that works for me. That works for you lot. I think that, generally speaking, is very, very good. Now, the next thing to talk about from the comments from yesterday's video was the community that we have. And so I don't want to dwell on this, and we won't spend long talking about this today, because I know a lot of you guys, and this is actually almost part of it, a lot of you guys are just here for your routine. I love routine in what I watch, whether the title is good or not. Like, for example, I like to watch an Arsenal commentator like Charlie Watts, and he makes videos on Arsenal every morning at 11 o'clock, and I watch his like mini podcast or video about it, and I watch it because it's part of my routine. 11 o'clock comes around, I pop him on, and then I build the draft. Would you believe the title of his videos are what he's talking about in his videos? And so, in spite of the fact that I knew what was going to be in the video, I still wanted to watch it. And there's a lot of you guys that are here watching the drafts that you're here for the draft, for the conversation, for the discussion with the chat, to respond to the comments. You're here just to see the memes and the Zolas and, you know, the Swazzles and all the fun stuff, right? Like, some of you are just here because you just enjoy the general content, in spite of what it is, whether it's a 130 or not, whether it's titled as such or not, you're just here for the content. That's great. A lot of you are here because you've been watching every day and you are as ingrained as me in getting the 130, and the process for you is you want to watch the 130. That's fair enough. I respect that. And as I said, I will title the video accordingly for 12 to 24 hours to make sure you get out of it what you want. To be said though, firstly, of course I make content to get views, right? It's an important part of getting views. Of making content. It's not always the sole purpose, but it is always one of the driving factors. Like, nobody wants to upload a video and get no views. Nobody wants to upload a video that nobody wants to watch, right? Like, there has to be an understanding, I feel like, that getting views is a large part of making videos. Otherwise, why would you make the videos in the first place? And so I just wanted to address it. And I also, because of the way some of the comments were, I kind of want to explain to you a little bit about how YouTube works. Right back, and I might have missed one. That's my bad. Not saying that you don't know how YouTube works, but at least how this channel with regards to YouTube works with certain things. So, for example, only around 50% of the people that watch my videos on a day-to-day basis are returning viewers. There was like some of the comments in yesterday's video were like, I'm disrespecting my community by wanting to title the video to reach a wider audience because they're the ones that are here every day. But the truth is, whether you may personally be here every day or not, the general community are not here every day. They are here now and then because, of course, a 20-minute video a day, that's a lot of time to take up for some people. Some people maybe binge watch all at once. Some people can't catch every video. There was a few comments that were like, actually, Nep, I am only kind of here sporadically, and I really want to see the big title when you get the video because they want to see the 130. They've been watching the whole year. They're not in tune with the game anymore, whatever reasons that they may have. And so, yeah, only around 50% of the people that watch every day are what YouTube conclude as returning viewers. The other interesting fact is, because, I was riling myself up reading the comments earlier, which is always a bad idea because I don't want to argue with you. I want to create good content for you. I want to have fun with you and laugh with you and draft with you. Oh, I should have put draft instead of laugh. It would have been way better. By the way, what happened to draft? We started off with 99 ham and it has all gone wrong. But yeah, I'm not here to like argue. I'm too old to argue with people, man. I'm not here about drama or anything like that. I want to have a good time with you. So I was riling myself up over the comments and I was like, I spoke to Josh a little bit. I already knew what the answers were, but sometimes you just need to have somebody else tell you the answers too. And I thought, let me just kind of like get my level head on and come in here, talk about it. But one of the real interesting things is, as I was digging up the facts to prove everyone wrong, because I'm right. No, but as I was literally doing that in my own frustration, did you know, or are you surprised to hear that only around 48% of people that watch these videos daily are subscribed to the channel, which means two things. Number one, why aren't you subscribed? Subscribe, please. And number two, I'm actually not like disrespecting everyone that's watching every day because half of you aren't even subscribed. So you're disrespecting. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I'll be right back. If you want to be able to afford the best players and open the best packs in FC24, go to u7buy.com to buy your EAFC24 coins. It's cheaper than buying FC points and just as reliable. They already offer some of the best prices out there, but you can get an extra 6% off using promo code NEP at checkout. Anyway, to summarize, there's a group of people that don't care what the title is, because they're just here every day because they're enjoying the content, or they're here when they've got time to watch because they're enjoying the content. The title is irrelevant. The content is what is the motivating factor. And that's more kind of like how I perceive and behave with content. Like I said, like when I was talking about Charles Watts, he titled his video what he was talking about, and I wasn't surprised that he was talking about what he was surprised about. But I wanted to know what he was talking about. So there's that group of people. That wasn't summarizing, was it? That was me actually just like talking loads again for no reason. Let me start again. To summarize, there's a group of people that don't care what the title is and just want to watch the content for the content's sake. There's also a group of people that do care what the title is because they have been on this journey since whenever they joined and I really want to be surprised when we hit the 130. That's fine too. And as I say, I think we've got a very reasonable compromise with how that can suit everybody's needs. There's probably also a group of people that are kind of in between both of those groups of people. There is probably a group of people where they're like, I don't really care about the title, but it would be nice to not have it spoiled, but I'm just generally here for the content, and that's fine too. What was interesting, really interesting, I'm on Itanabon Mati 97, that's nice. What was really interesting about yesterday was the group of people, very small, very vocal group of people that felt like they had the ability with the anonymity that they have behind a computer screen to be crazy toxic based on my opinion of a title on a video. And that was what wound me up because there were so many civil comments. There were so many comments of people just even, like I say, like we've got a few groups of people. I've said groups of people about 11 times. There was a few, like, you know, there's a portion of people that in the comments that were just like, I can't believe the reaction to the way he wants to run his channel. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. We're right together. You know, confirmation bias is on my side. Let's go. Then there's a group of people that like, yep, I get it. But for me, you know, I've been watching every video. I really want to be surprised when I see it. It's a bit disappointing that you're telling me that it's going to be ruined for me. And what I will say to you in response is, I get it. I get it. It's not how I consume content, but I get it. You know, in fact, usually when I watch videos, like if I was to tune into a 130 challenge, I actually would just skip through the video to see if they got it. And if they did, then I would watch the 130. And if they didn't, I would just click off the video. I wonder how many people actually do that on this. I wonder how many people like click on, skip. Oh, you didn't get it. I'll come back tomorrow. So that's interesting. But for those of you that are on the other side of the coin for that, and like I say, you're saying you're disappointed with the fact that you feel it's going to be ruined. As I said, what I think what the biggest thing about setting the title normally first, regardless of how long we keep it like that, 12 hours or 24 hours, I think one of the biggest things is the notification like pop up will be just a standard 130 draft. So even if I changed it 6 hours later, which I won't, we'll commit to at least 12 hours, probably 24 hours. Even if we did change it 6 hours after, or even an hour after, you wouldn't necessarily have it ruined because your notification would just be another 130 draft challenge, right? So yeah, like, you know, so many of the comments were just really, like I say, I can't really explain it any different. Just really civil in putting their kind of opinion across about why it bothers them. And listen, first of all, I'm not perfect. I'm just a human, right? In my opinion, I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, my community would want me to get views. They would want to know, not more about they would want me to get views per se, but they would want to know when I got the 130 because, again, not everybody can watch every video. Not everybody does watch every video. But hey, if that's naive of me, I've read your comments. I've taken your feedback on board. I appreciate it. I understand it. And you know, we're working to change that. It was mad to me. Oof, alarm. This is actually quite a huge draft, to be fair, guys. Better center back though. It was mad to me, and I mean mind-blowingly mad to me. How many people just used it as an opportunity to be a toxic POS? And when I say a toxic POS, I was blown away. People go and read. I won't delete any comments. Go and read the comment section if you can be bothered or have the time or even give two damns. But go and read the comment section. People want to boycott against me. People want me to fail. People want me to die. People have lost all respect for me and didn't realize that I was only in this for the views. And I sit there and I think, what did you think I was uploading videos for? Like I say, nobody, like, it's not always only about the views. If it was, I'd upload 2 a day, or, you know, I'd clickbait titles or something, you know, there's ways to get more views, is what I'm saying. But what do you think, like, nobody wants to upload a video and be like, hey, I hope this bombs, I hope this tanks, I hope this gets no views. We've got a 95 rated here, which is quite nice. It's got a little bit of potential. And it was like, I moved into like this weird zone of when I read a few comments of people saying, well, I'm not going to watch any more then. And I thought, well, do you know what? I won't upload then. Like eat crap. Like, but obviously they are a vocal minority and they will not win. We will not let them win. No, but the truth is, like, as I was reading through the comments, I'm like, God damn, man. People literally want me to just not get views anymore. People want my channel to die because I would have titled a video that I got a 130. I understand the optics from some side of things, where it's like, you know, if you think that, or if I've like kind of given the impression, or if just the narrative in general is that I've made you feel like views are more important than my community. Two things, conflicting things, did actually come from that. First of all, I was just a bit like disappointed. I was like, damn, man, I don't want people to feel like that, because for me, one of the biggest assets that I get, that I also feel like I give when I create content, is the sense of community. Like, I don't enjoy this job without you. I don't enjoy this job if I like streaming so much because of the discussion that I have with people. I've enjoyed this community. I've enjoyed like content creation so much because of the friends that I've made along the way that I'm able to talk to on a day-to-day basis. Like, this is a lonely job in many senses because it is just me in my office for the whole time that I'm making content. So the community that I build with both viewers and other content creators and YouTubers is like one of the absolute utmost important things to me. So first and foremost, I don't want my community to feel like I don't care for their kind of like their opinions, or I don't care for their concerns on certain things like a title of the 130 or things like that. And that I kind of sat there and on the one hand, I was like, yeah, that's like sad because I don't want you guys to feel like that because that's not the way it is, right? That's not the way it is. There we go with the 127. Didn't get the chemistry. I probably could have done. Didn't pay attention to the manager. But on the contradictory side of things, I'm sitting there thinking, well, damn, if you're like, first of all, how did you become a member of my community? Because you found a video on YouTube because of a title that enticed you to click it. So surely you only became a member of the community because of the way I title videos. But second of all, surely if you're a member of the community and you're like a fan of me and a fan of the content, or a follower or a viewer, whatever, however you want to like define yourself as a category of a viewer or a watcher, surely you would want the best for me in the content. And so I was like on that kind of like fence of like, man, screw you all. That's what I actually got to screw you all, right? But of course, the reality isn't screw you all. The reality is 99.9% of you guys are either indifferent to the title, on my side of the title, or of the understanding that, hey, you just don't want the video ruined. Is there a compromise of the title? It's the 1.01% or 0.1% of people in the comment section where it's like a genuine, actually screw you. You know, so yeah, that's kind of where we're at with it. I honestly did not expect that much of an uproar, and I did write out, right. I did so. I've recorded this intro like 4 times. I read the. First and foremost, I didn't expect the uproar. I clicked onto the video this morning to start reading through the comments, and I was like, Jesus, there's a lot of comments. I was like, what question did I ask? What did I say? What did I say? I couldn't. It didn't click with me. And then I read the first comment, the top comment, and the guy was like, you know, I think it was like. In fact, let me read the actual top comment, because the top comment was, like I say, there were some comments. There were mostly comments that were like good and nice and stuff. And so Ryan says, if you get a 130, can you not just say anything in the title and then upload it to his own video saying it's a 130 draft the day after, where you show drafting again, and you know, put it in a title and play some gameplay? And then the second comment, which is, yes please 99 Lucio, is from Finley. He says, change the title after like an hour and say I got a 130 for your fans who watch every video when it comes out, have the surprise they deserve, and then you can get the bag later. So first of all, I'm not getting a bag by like doubling on the video. It really it's not that serious. It's more about like scope of viewership. It's more about trying to reach a bigger audience, right? That's it's not about the money to do with it. It's like, you know, again, if it was about the money, I'd upload twice a day, 3 times a day, right? But yeah, I read that, and I actually thought, like, as soon as I read that, and as I say, I'd already kind of like had it in my mind anyway, but I read that and I was like, yeah, do you know what? That's a really good compromise. I was like, that's solid. I'll do that. And in fact, I'll probably like leave it 12 or 24 hours, because not everybody can watch within that first hour. So, you know, we'll give it some time to breathe. Then we'll change the title. How many times have Josh and I, or Viper and I, changed the title on a video after 3 or 4 or 5 days, and then the video is taken off because it just catches the algorithm? Oh yeah, that's totally reasonable. So I read the first 2 comments, and I was like, yeah, calm. Like, this is good. And then the third comment is from Jack. It's the way he goes, this could be it. Like, we know, pal, it isn't. And I laughed with it. I was like, oh yeah, because we never get the 130, do we? But what he was insinuating was it's because I haven't ruined the title. And then I read further down and further down and further down, and oh, the comments just started getting way more harsh and way more harsh and way more harsh. And something Josh pointed out, actually, because I was saying to Josh, and I'll get to arrive at my other point in a second, but I was saying to Josh, I was like, I feel like just being like, no, screw you guys, and I'm not uploading until FC25. I'll be back for FC25. I was like, there are some nice comments in there, but there's quite a lot of like really harsh, unnecessarily harsh comments in there. And I was like, I just don't want to give those people the satisfaction. And Josh rightfully pointed out, which again is a testament to how good you guys are generally as a community. It's like, the interesting thing is that almost all of the like really shitty, sorry for swearing, comments have no upvotes, because it's just one person with that anonymity behind the screen being toxic because they feel like they can be. And although people might agree with the underlying sentiment of the comment, they don't agree. You guys, this community doesn't agree with just blindly throwing abuse at someone because of a video title on a YouTube. So kudos to you lot, because I didn't even pick up on that. That's not something I would ever look out for or like pick up on. And kind of when Josh mentioned that, it kind of like, it was kind of like not a realization, but just a nice like a, damn man, like that's heartwarming, because it is true. And if you flick through the comments now, like, as I say, there's a lot of people that don't agree with what I wanted to do with the title, that were articulating it in a way that was absolutely fine, right? Like, and there's obviously never a problem if somebody's got a difference of opinion or something and they have a discussion in an adult manner about it, it's fine. But because I started reading several really toxic, unnecessary comments, we hit an under 95 rated draft here. Could be a 96. I was sat there, and as I say, I recorded the video, and then after finishing, like, I did the first draft. I got a 128. Not you'll never see it. It's been deleted off the internet forever now. But I got a 128. It's not a 96 rated, and I was an arse, and I was like, that's not who I want to be. That's not who I am. It's not who I want to be. Like, let me re-record the video. But then I re-recorded the video, and my tone in general was just mad condescending, because I had got the data, I'd got the numbers, I'd got the facts, I'd got the figures, and I was proving a point to these toxic people in the chat that they're wrong, and if they don't like it, it's like, don't watch the video then, and this. And I didn't give you that. I was like, no, I'm not uploading that, because again, that's not who I am, man. Like, yeah, okay, maybe we all have some like negative personality traits here and there, but on a whole, as a general, that's not who I am. As I say, like, I really enjoy this channel. I really enjoy this content. I really enjoy the laughs that we've had in the comments and the memes and stuff with the drafts. Like I've actually got a real high level of satisfaction out of the content I've made on this channel this year, which I can't always say for every channel that I make content on. You know, like some of the content that I make on the main channel for the 6 p.m. content, sometimes it feels hollow and like heartless and soulless. Sometimes it feels like I'm just turning it on to press record, turn it on to press record. And that's why I stopped doing 6 p.m. content the last like week or so, even though granted it's actually been awful anyway, but I stopped doing it because I'm like, I don't need to I don't need to explain to people why, you know, a 98 Mbappe SBC existing is just there, like, is existing. It's just pointless. So I was like, nope, I'm not uploading that. I'm not uploading that. And then I recorded the third one. And whilst recording the third one, I was just sitting there, I was like, in my head, I'm literally saying to myself in my head, I am an adult, I am a grown man, and I am behaving and acting like a petulant. Like, I try and teach my kids, like, you know, we discuss a lot of things. I'm not taking that back them. Like, whenever they do things, like, you know, they still get, like, disciplined, you know, like, fair manner, of course. But, like, for example, yesterday, Grace got some new football boots because she's got football at a new school, and they were a bit, like, tough around where the ankle was. She was just sulking and throwing a hissy fit. And so I was like, if you're going to behave like that, Grace, you can go on a naughty step and this kind of stuff. And then afterwards, I was like, Grace, talk to me. Like, let's communicate. Like, we're not going to resolve anything by you being in a little bit of a sulk and me telling you to go and sit on a naughty step. It's not going to resolve anything. So I spoke to her instead, and, like, we've discovered what the problem is, figured out how to fix it, and the shoes work great. And I was like, look, like, if we just communicate, like, you know, openly communicate, we can resolve issues. And even if there is just an issue there, if maybe the shoes were too small, we needed to get you new shoes, or, you know, maybe they were too big and we needed to get you new shoes, or maybe there's a way that you can make the shoes feel better. There will be a resolution. But by her just sulking and me just sending her to the naughty step, we're not moving forward. And as I was recording that third video, because this is the 4th time I've recorded this, as I was recording that third video, I was like, I'm an adult. I'm a parent. Like, stop acting like a petulant child because the comments rubbed you up the wrong way, and address it like an adult. I don't know if I've actually done that here or not. I've tried. At least I feel like I have. Yeah, I was reading those comments, man, and so I recorded it for a third time, and then I went into the community tab on the channel, and I wrote like a really arsey message on there as well. And I tried to be like, Swazo! I tried to be like civil with it, but I just wasn't. And I was writing it, and I was like, I was just being really, really passive aggressive. And again, I know it's a personality trait that I have, and I know it's one that I don't like about myself, but it was there, and I was doing it. It was really passive aggressive, and I was just like, basically written out like, well, if you guys are going to boycott me because of the title of a video, then I guess I'll stop uploading. I'll see you with FC25. And I wrote it out, and I was like, what am I doing, man? Like, what am I doing? And that's even to a degree, making this video here right now. Might take that. Oh no, don't have a CDM here. Sorry, centre back here. I need a centre back really. I need a right back or I need a right mid. Nico Williams has got right mid. Take him. Yeah, I was like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? So I thought, you know what? Let's. Again, I spoke with Josh about it, and he kind of like said, not that I needed him to tell me it, but sometimes hearing it for somebody else just opens your eyes a little bit. Again, we're here discussing a part of a YouTube video. It's not lost on me. And I was like, look, the compromise is fair. What people are asking for, you know, and I genuinely think that, like, change the title after 12 or 24 hours. I think that's very fair, very reasonable. I think for the most part, as I say, I think there's a group of people that don't care what the title is. I think there's a group of people that do care what the title is. And I also think there's a small but active group of people that saw this as an opportunity to be mad toxic in the chat. And I was letting them win. All of the responses I was having was responding to these people that don't deserve anyone's time at all in general. You know, if the way that you're going to behave based on something kind of not going your way is to get your keyboard out and type some mad toxic stuff in a chat, you just don't really deserve the time, do you? You don't deserve somebody's response. So, in conclusion, we're going to end with another 2-8 here, aren't we? In conclusion, we could probably put this Benzema up there as well. We do lose one chemistry. Look at that. This could easily have been it. If we had like a 99 Van Dijk and a couple of other big defenders, we could easily have had it here. In conclusion, for the first 24 hours of any particular video that I do get a 130 in, this is a huge draft. It's not going to be it. I will not ruin the title. I will title it as normal. And then I will change the title. And I think that is a fair and reasonable conclusion that suits absolutely everybody. However, if you're one of those mad toxic people in the chat, then I hope you don't watch any. But other than that, thank you guys very much for watching. And I will see you next time. I'm out. Peace.